afternoon. What's going on out there? JT here in the studio at Studio 10-4 Live, our weekly update for 10-4 magazine and everything going on in the 10-4 trucking world that we're a part of, and hopefully you are too. And if you're here today, well, then I know you are. Well, we've had some challenges, haven't we? So last couple of weeks, here locally for me, between storms and different things that are going on. We weren't with you last week, and we had a couple of these opportunities where, last minute something broke. So last weekend or last week, I should say, uh, I thought I'd do the smart thing and upgrade to Windows 11, rather update to Windows 11. I already have Windows 11 for a year now. It's worked great. Uh, there was something else that happened instead, and it was definitely the Microsoft challenge. Uh, did the upgrade, and it took out my network card. And to try to make a long story short, and this is kind of tying into something. I want to say howdy to everybody here that's tuned in so far, though. Peter Henderson, good to see you, buddy. Shannon, of course, in the house. April, hi, April. Jacorian Murray, I believe is pronounced. They're over there on YouTube watching us. Pete, good to have you on the show as always. I've had a couple of technical challenges that have come across my desk here with some stuff that I use and pretty much heavily rely on. And this is where it all kinds of ties together for, I think, all of us right now with what's going on out in the world. The post-COVID hangover is kind of what I attribute it to. But trying to get service, man, I'll tell you. Hola, amigo, Dan Linz. You got to watch that, Dan. That's supposedly not politically correct anymore, so we're told, according to USA Today. Yeah, go figure. Uh, the crazy stories out there in the news, man. Crazy stories. Heidi, thanks for tuning in. How you doing? Good to have you on the show. So post-COVID hangover, I think it's translated to the workforce and people being able to handle their business. And Tim, good to have you on the show, man. Of course, Tim Sieben. Yeah, Dan, I'll get to that. Remind me. I'll give you the reason why that's not proper, as well as many other ones that we just say out of just, I don't know, wherever we picked them up at. But I'll get to it. So this post-COVID hangover workforce, I've had to deal with two major companies dealing with major support issues, and both failed miserably. One of them, and I don't mind naming them, I'm going to straight up tell you, Norton Antivirus, and the other, of course, Microsoft, and the third, ADT. So I'll get to them in a minute. But I try to get, with tech support, get through what needs to be done so I can get on the air last week. The guy's final solution on the other line was that we needed to reload Windows, the whole thing. And I said, no, that ain't going to happen. There's just no way. So then the only solution left was I got to ship my computer to who knows where, to who knows who, and get things worked on, and then be without my machine for who knows how long. Anyway, this guy went through all these different things with me, and of course, after I hung up, I got on there and just said, I know this guy took me down this one road, and that was the recovery road. And nothing was available. It said no recovery files available and blah, blah, blah. I went through the front end, just through the plain old, Windows interface, and there it was. I hit recover, go back to last install prior to the Windows 11 update that I did, and everything back. Now, that being said, it wasn't quite all the same for everything that I had going on and some files in my file manager and things like that, but it came back. Eric Hill's in the house tonight. Eric, good to have you on. Tim Cody, officially the first registrant of Truckin For Kids 2023, which I'm getting ahead of myself here, and we're going to talk about that. It is, the website's up, but I'll get to that and tell you all about it here. So I finally got through Windows, through Microsoft without, well, and actually it was Dell. It was Dell's support, because I have a support deal with them. And I just got to say, that and the experience that I had with Norton Antivirus, which incidentally, they lost my entire password vault. I don't know if you guys are familiar with how that works, but password vault is available in many different forms from many different companies, and I chose mine. It happens to be those guys because I've had them since there was actually a Peter Norton, the guy who invented Norton antivirus. Now it's who knows who, whatever. But it's just completely fell on their face. And next, third one, trying to get support from ADT, and I cannot get them to follow through. I've signed up, I've paid. I don't know, buddy. Yeah, thanks, Eric. Yeah, you don't have those problems. It's not a MacBook. It's not a PC thing, man. It is strictly, this is a workforce thing. I mean, how many of you guys out there that are owner operators and have multiple units in your fleet? How many of you guys having a good time finding drivers? I mean, I already know the answer to this, and I'll tell you, we tried to put something together last year to help you guys out. And maybe times we're just not ready and right for it, but we'd still like to do that. Would still like to put something together so you guys can get the word out to quality eyes, to people that are reading our magazine, reading 10-4 magazine, watching Studio 10-4 live, following us on social media, and and get those people, those quality people that you're looking for. That being said, obviously, the major huge corporations, well, they're not. I mean, it's just not happening, and it's you really got to beat on them to get to somebody who knows what they're doing. Where in the old days it used to be, tier one was basically a gatekeeper, tier two, tier three, and they'd finally escalate you to this, computer brain guy that knows everything and of course could help you and fix anything. Um, it just it's not the way it was, and that's okay. Things change, but please, guys, you're messing with your livelihood if you don't offer support that knows what it's doing when it picks up a phone. I mean, the things I've had to go through in just two companies that are major companies, Norton Antivirus and Dell, supporting Windows through Dell. Terrible, just terrible. Anyway, I hope everybody else has better luck. Anyway, it's the H2 update. If you are not sure about it, be careful. If you get prompted to do it for Windows 11, that's the one that killed my machine. So, yeah. Thanks, Dan. It's there until we get the actual backdrop done, because it's a brick wall, so it's not like the old place in Folsom where everything could go into play there. Anyway, let's talk about Truckin For Kids for a minute. So Truckin For Kids 2023, the online registration is up. It's running. I'm going to take you guys there real quick and bring it online and show you how it's done. Let's go. Let's just start out with our 10-4 page. There it is. There's the homepage on 10-4 magazine. You got two things that are real important here on the website. Number one, subscribe. You guys should all be subscribing to 10-4 magazine. It's the best way to get it. Click on that. It'll take you to where you need to go. Everything can be done right from there. What I want to talk about right now is TFK, Truckin For Kids Truck Show. Pre-registration. Click on it right there at the top of the page on the menu. Scroll down to pre-register, and there you are, up and running. So let me tell you, man, you guys got tired of hearing about pre-registration last time, and I can say last year now because we are in 2023. We got a couple of months, better part of 2.5 months before, well, there it is, 97 days, 5 hours, 45 minutes, and 22 seconds until Truckin For Kids 2023. But there's everything you guys need as far as getting in and how much it is and how many you want to buy. All of that is there for you. Remember, guys, this year, 2-day show, April 29th and 30th. And we are looking forward to having just one hell of a good time at Truckin For Kids this year. And as I said, Tim Cody, our past cover trucker, was the first one. So I don't know. We got to give Tim something special for that. I mean, it was the first one that registered for the show this year. So congrats, Tim. Certainly, if you're there, buddy, I'll let you in first and celebrate that with you. But good job. I can't wait to see everybody else that gets registered and it comes along for Truckin For Kids this year. It's going to be exciting. All right. Also want to say, as you guys probably have noticed, up above me, we've got a couple of new sponsors, couple of new names up there, and up in right there. You guys are looking at that. That's NHRDA. That is the National Hot Rod Diesel Association. 10-4 Magazine and National Hot Rod NHRDA, I'm just going to say it, have partnered. We are now marketing partners, and 10-4 Magazine has become the sponsor for 3 events. They're going to be hosted here in the western area, West Coast, let's call it. I'll take you guys there to that right now. The Desert Diesel Nationals, they're going to be held in Wild Horse Pass Motorsport Park in Chandler, Arizona. That's going to be the weekend before Truckin For Kids, April 14th and 15th. So get on down there and check that out. And then in Redding, California, folks, we'll be back up in Redding, California, May 19th and 20th at the Redding Drag Strip, Redding, California. Who knew there was a drag strip in Redding, California? I had no idea. The Canadian Diesel Shootout, which is another part of the series. We missed out on that one, but maybe next year we'll get that one. Looks like Mario's up on the front though. Good job, Mario. And then of course, our last event that we're sponsoring, and we are the sponsor of the trucks, the big truck races, of course. And if you hadn't noticed in there, Rod Pickett is sponsoring as well on the truck show. They're doing a show and shine down there in Chandler. So Pickett's back at it, man. Not that they ever stopped. Big Sky Truck Fest, July 28th, 29th. That's going to be Yellowstone Drag Strip, Acton, Montana. So if you ever wanted to go to Yellowstone and go, hang out at the Dutton Ranch and maybe see some trucks rolling some smoke, now's a chance to go do it. Go check it out. This is going to be happening again, July 28th and 29th. Now, those of you that aren't familiar with NHRDA, great opportunity for guys to race and run just about anything, big rig, pickup truck, cars, diesels, anything diesel. I covered their event that they did a few years back in Sacramento, and I got to meet Randy and find out what this NHRDA was all about. And thought, man, what a great idea. And now that he's come back, and I say come back because they took a little bit of a respite for a couple of years. COVID didn't help. So they were waiting for the opportunity to get back in it and go for it. And now that opportunity has happened. But Randy and his folks have gotten together and they're back and they're going to be doing it bigger than ever. One more thing I should mention, and let me bring that up again. The NHRDA World Finals are going to be at Texas at the Texas Motorplex in Ennis, or is it Enos? Probably get killed once I go back to Texas. They're all going to smack me around, all my Texas people, because I didn't say it right. But in any event, Texas Motorplex, that's safe. That's where the finals are happening. And my understanding is there's going to kind of be simultaneously, while the West Coast is running theirs, the East Coast is going to be running their own series, and then there's going to be a meet in the middle in Texas, and that's where the finals are going to meet up, and it's going to be East and West against each other, and that's where all the final action of the season is going to happen, and that'll be happening September 15th through the 17th. So excited to have NHRDA back. They, I think, are a great outfit. They have what they call Diesel TV, which is what they usually are broadcasting their events from. That's when I met them, they were streaming everything through that. Myself and my buddy Adam were out there running the cameras for him and covering the event, as well as 10-4 Magazine for still photos. I was at the start line for all the races and the burnout competitions, and man, it was a lot of fun. And these are going to be the same thing: tractor and sled pulls. These guys do it all. So Friday night they're hoping that they're going to have the trucks all in place so they can do light show, truck and tractor sled pulls. It's coming together and it's going to be a big deal. I can't wait to see it. I will probably be in Redding, so that's going to be the opportunity that we'll have to become part of the show and to live stream to our audience through YouTube or Facebook or both. Not sure yet. We'll figure that out when we get there. So glad to have them back and on the map and doing their thing. I think there's a great place for that, and especially with the partnership that we've developed with them now. Randy and his wife are going to be at Truckin For Kids, so they'll be out kind of spreading the word and everybody getting to meet everybody and checking out what we're doing. And who knows, down the road, maybe there's some kind of a bigger partnership that develops, and we turn Truckin For Kids into that bigger, much bigger of an event with a more involved partnership with NHRDA, and we do a sanctioned event. So these are NHRDA sanctioned events. They race for points and money and the championship at the end. So I'm excited to have them be a part of us. Want to now, of course, as I was saying, we got some other PDI new sponsor, and not only just any sponsor, but a presenting sponsor, which is a big deal. Right there next to them is NTA, is another presenting sponsor for Truckin For Kids. Want to welcome them aboard. They're going to be at Truckin For Kids this year. They're bringing their big PDI show truck combo that you've seen out at some of the shows. It'll be there at Truckin For Kids this year, and they'll be showing off all their performance related products and anything they've got to make your truck run better, faster, smoother, and get better fuel mileage. It's going to be there and available for you to check out. So great to have PDI on board. Really excited that they've taken that step and come closer to being with us on what we do out there, whether it's Truckin For Kids or any of our other events. And hopefully we'll be able to partner with PDI on many more events that are coming up and are available. Speaking of other events, man, I'm looking at my list of things that are coming up. So let's talk about MATS. Mid-America Truck Show, Louisville, Kentucky is going to be happening last weekend of March. Actually runs into April. So I'm not sure. I have to look on my calendar here. I think we're actually there through that April 1st, if I'm not mistaken. Anybody with a calendar faster than me, please tell me. And I will save us all the trouble anyways. I get to it, but it is the last week of March, and we are going to be there 10-4. We're going to be there through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll be there for the whole deal, as always, and can't wait to see what's going to be happening at Matt's. We just booked our booth. It's set up. In case you're wondering what that looks like, I just happen to have a little view of it, and it's right here. So check out the website, Match 2023. Their interactive site is better than ever. The North Wing is where we're going to be at, and if I'm not mistaken, this is us right here. Hey, how about that? Bada bing. So 10-4 magazine will be in our usual spot. And we will have, of course, the usual magazines, which are still free, and tons of T-shirts, hopefully hats, and other good stuff that we will be making available. Any 10-4 branded swag that we have, we hope we have it there, and we'll have it available for you to purchase. So looking forward to that. That is going to be March 30th through April 1st. So literally, oh boy. So Saturday, April 1st is going to be interesting to see what kind of fun pranks and things go on at the truck show this year. I can only imagine. There's some guys with some good sense of humor. So I'm I can't wait to see how that all shakes out. That should be fun. But we're going to be there. Hope to see you guys there. This is again where we're at. Boom, right there. And that is the North Wing. So check them out. The website's great. Lots of great information. Very good, very interactive. And if you're looking for any one person, company, any product or something, if you're going to be there and you want to find them, there they are. Easy to look, easy to find. Tons and tons and tons of everything and everybody. Right down the street, 4 states, right there, of course. Bada bing. Always off to the corner of us a little bit there. Can't wait to see Boss Man and all the Chrome Shop Mafia folks there again in Kentucky. So looking forward to that. Next up, one thing I want to show you guys, it is kind of cool. Darn it, and I left it out. let's go to it now because you know what? We're not that far away from it. Check this out. This is what's going on with NHRDA. Kind of backtracking a little bit here, but that's okay.
Hey everyone, Randy here with the NHRDA on Diesel TV. We've got big news in the big rig world. Pickett Custom Trucks has sponsored the Desert Diesel National Show and Shine. We'll have competition in the best combo and the best bobtail. Also big news, 10-4 Magazine has just come on board to sponsor the big rig bracket drag racing. So, big hoorah to 10-4 Magazine and Pickett Custom Trucks. We'll see you at the Desert Diesel National.
Arizona, you wanted it, you got it. The NHRDA is back. April 14th and 15th, the Desert Diesel Nationals, presented by Empire Cat, returns to Wild Horse Pass Motorsports Park in Chandler. If you love big rigs and diesel trucks, you're gonna love this. Friday night, it's the Empire Cat meet and greet with barbecue and beer garden. Saturday, the Hot Shot Secret Diesel Drag Racing Series. See the fastest trucks in the world thunder down the drag strip while chasing after $30,000 in prize money. Plus, big rig truck show, dyno competition, and burnout contest. Then Saturday night, the awesome ground-pounding truck and tractor pulls. Great family event with weekend camping available. Save on advance tickets at NHRDA.com. Use promo code HOTSHOTS for Desert Diesel Nationals. Presented by Empire Cat. April 14th and 15th, Chandler, Arizona.
There you have it. You guys hopefully heard all that. That's what's going on in the NHRDA Chandler, Arizona race. Of course, as you just heard, we are sponsoring the big rig races that are going to be happening down there. So excited about that. The race that I was at that they held in Sacramento, being up there on the start line for everything, it was, I never experienced it quite in that format. Yeah. Thank you, Dan. Sunday. There you go, buddy. That's it, man. JC, good to see you, man. We were just pumping mats. You came in at the right time. It looks like Jessica Newman already registered April 1st. So, JC, you going to be nice to everybody on April Fool's Day, Saturday, or are you going to hand out like a Fool's Award? Or what? I mean, you got to do something. Can't let it pass by without making some kind of a crack in there. So I'm sure it'll be fun. Anyway. I lost. I got lost there in the Sacramento at being at the start line of the races. When I got back home, I didn't even realize this until I got back home. But everything I was covered in rubber and soot because of the burnouts that were going on, and I mean it was bad. I did not see it until I got home. I took my hat off, and all this stuff came off, and my cameras, everything. Man, what a mess! But it was a great experience, and I look forward to being able to do that again. And in the event that's going to be happening in Redding, California, I hope to be there so that I can stream from the start line for you guys, so you can tune in and watch it there. In other 10-4 news, looks like we're working on the next 10-4 magazine shirt design that's coming out soon. And of course, as always, we're kind of like In-N-Out Burgers. We got that cool T-shirt that comes out once a year, sort of like In-N-Out. Everybody waits for it. Well, this is going to be happening, and hopefully we'll have that in Louisville with us, so you can purchase that at the show. And I hope we see you all there at the show. I mean, geez, it's only the biggest show in the world, I think. So also working on the artwork for the next TFK shirt. So that's going to be coming up as well. And yeah, JC, you can run with that, man. Absolutely. I'd love to see you guys pull something off, as long as it's not on me and it's somebody else. Oh my goodness. Guys, you're out there and you're wondering how to get your event into 10-4. We've been talking about how that's going to work. Not sure yet. In the past, we've always had everybody submit their events to us, and we put them out there on the website at no cost. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of moving parts to making it happen. So advertisers, I would say this might become a premium spot, but you never know. I would say for now, get your events happening on Facebook. Always create your events on Facebook, on social media, and then get those to us. And I mean, let us know that they're available to us that way. I'll go out and look, but I can't spend a lot of time out there looking for your event. If you want your event to be shared over on our Facebook and through our social media, I need to know about it, and then I can share the event. So be sure and get us up to date on that and your event. Um, in other news, this was shared to me today by John Jakes, actually, and it has to do with CVSA and their annual international road check that they're putting in action. That's going to be happening in a 72-hour period in North America. It's going to be happening in May, and the date is May 16th through the 18th. Is their annual safety blitz this year? The numbers that they quote that they did last year, and how many trucks they put out of service, how many trucks they wrote up or needed this or needed that. I mean, all these numbers and stuff are out there, public knowledge. Um, that being said, I think the best way to avoid it is if you have to go through it, make sure you're ready to go through it and you got everything in tip-top shape and no problems. Of course, I think most of our guys are in that frame of mind, and when they're rolling down the road, they don't have brake pots that are hanging and so on. That stuff is doing things it shouldn't, and you guys are in good shape. In fact, you're probably the example. I mean, not bragging, but just saying when I was running and we get pulled in, the reason they pulled us in was to check out our trucks, not to check out our trucks, but to check out our trucks, if you know what I mean. Uh, and while that's flattering and everything, uh, it hung us up, you know. So it was a little bit of a time suck, but what are you going to do? I mean, the guys ask you to honk your train horns inside the inspection station. These guys are having fun and they're digging your equipment. And I kid you not, I've had it happen more than once. And when I used to run with a couple of the fellows in the valley where I used to run at, we get two of us in there and they'd inspect us both and do the same thing, up raise the beds. We were running dump trucks, for those of you that don't remember or know me. And horns underneath the body of the dump, man, we kick the lights on, throw the horn. These guys, it was fun, but better than getting a ticket or any kind of a violation, that's for sure. So Trevor, yeah, it sounds like a good week for a truck show for the inspections. I'm sure. Yeah. No show in Dallas, man. Dallas is in the it's in the resting mode for sure for now and for the foreseeable future. I haven't even heard a whisper of anything going on. So Dallas is, yeah, no way. FYI, yeah, Daniel, thanks, buddy. Truckinforkids.org. And I mean, you guys can check it out there. You can obviously go to Facebook and check us out on Facebook. Be sure and follow us there as well. Oh, and Dan, thank you. Yeah, so Dan says, yeah, they're done. Yeah, I just hated to put it into those terms. I just, you never know, somebody might pick up the torch and run with it. But yeah, as Dallas as we knew it, GATS Great American Truck Show is done as we knew it. And I mean, COVID was definitely the final nail in the coffin on that deal. I think it might have been headed that way anyway. It was just I think a tipping point for sure. But missed the folks in Dallas and loved going there, even if it was the hottest, most humid place I'd ever been in my life. It was an experience. So curious what's going to be happening this year in Louisville for sure for weather. You just never know. Sometimes you get all the seasons at once, so you never can't tell how that's going to work out. But sometimes it's incredibly sunny one minute, snow in the next. Which incidentally, it was snowing here. I could take these off because I don't need to hear anything else that's going on. The weather up here was snowing. I mean, huge snowflakes, big, huge, fluffy snowflakes coming down, but it didn't stick at all. I mean, this just the whole front of my patio and out looking out over into the forest and into the trees was just white out with snow. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see the snow happen over here and but yet not have it stick. So. All right, man. Other stuff of interest that I found that I wanted to talk about. Anybody watch the football playoffs this last weekend? Of course, you got divisionals coming up this weekend. Excited about that, but last weekend's games, man. I mean, they were close. They were exciting. I don't know if you guys are able to watch them, if you're able to listen to them. However, it is you're able to get where you want to go and do, how you do it. I used to listen to games, whether it baseball, football, whatever, on my Sirius XM radio. Well, actually, back then it was just XM, and so I had it all set up, and it was awesome. Incidentally, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but YouTube TV now is going to have the rights to the NFL package that DirecTV has had forever, for years. Well, YouTube TV's got it now. So those of you that are streaming and you aren't streaming on YouTube TV yet, you might want to think about that. I don't know how many people are kind of back all in on the NFL, but I have to admit, this is the first year I've really been back at it, and it's been kind of fun. Um, but anyways, games last weekend, man. Some went off as expected. Some, absolutely just what the heck happened there. And the what the heck happened there was definitely Dallas and Tampa Bay, in Tampa Bay. And I think Dan, weren't you trying out for place kicker for Dallas? Wasn't that what you were going to do this week? I think they could probably use you, man. But how the hell that kicker? I mean, some gremlin got inside that guy's head, and he couldn't kick a field goal to save his life. I think he missed 4 in total, right? Bubba, what's going on, my friend? Good to have you, buddy. We're just talking mats and all the crazy stuff that goes on there every year, weather-wise, and as we experienced last year, but kind of shifted over to the football thing now. But yeah, I mean, how the Cowboys won that game after having those challenges, I think I think everything kind of falls back on how honestly, I mean, how poorly Tampa Bay played, from quarterback to everyone, just not good. Tom Brady, to me, looked like he was just kind of done. You guys tell me, the throws he was making, if you were watching the game, stuff he'd throw it just to down it, just to get it on the ground and not get an interception. Rather get an incomplete pass than get another interception statistic, I guess. Maybe he's working a contract where, so many interceptions and he doesn't make his bonus. I don't know, but not a good game if you're, a football fan. Honestly, if you're a Cowboy fan, they won. So, yeah, you're going to be liking it. But listen, you guys in Dallas are going to Santa Clara to play the Niners, and Niners ain't Tampa Bay. So you guys got a big challenge ahead of you. Dan, you're not kidding, man. that is good. Yeah. He was not good. It was not pretty, and it was really, yeah, it was awful to watch. And yeah, Bubby, you're right. There it is, man. And the whole team, honestly, the whole team looked lethargic. Brady looked like he just was done. I mean, there's talk. People are already stirring conversations up that Brady could land in San Francisco, But we got 3 quarterbacks, man. They're just, there's 2 of them that are injured, and one, the third string guy, we're going to the playoffs with. If we make it into the finals, go to the Super Bowl, we're taking this kid, and he's going to ride. We're going to ride his back all the way there. I don't see any reason to do anything different. How about the Jags, man? Trevor Lawrence, LSU. I know Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. Trevor. Yeah, not LSU. Sorry. I'm thinking of the kid from Cincinnati there, Joe Burrow. He's the LSU kid. Anyways, Trevor Lawrence, though. I watched these guys when they were in college and thought, what a great crew of quarterbacks we have coming up into the pro ranks, and more to come, even now. But great watching that game. What a comeback. And of course, then the Giants over the Vikings. Yeah. I mean, if it goes to Giants Niners in the NFC Championship, boy, that would be an old rivalry there. and it could happen. So we'll see. Yeah, Bubba, you don't know, man. One day deal with the Patriots so he can retire from them. Yeah, I, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, thanks, Eric. Clemson. I couldn't remember, but Clemson. Yeah, Trevor was a kid from Clemson, and um, the big guard that went down for Cincinnati uh, over the weekend in that game, Jonah. I can't remember Jonah's last name. Anyway, Folsom High. How about that, huh? Alabama. The kid went to Alabama and then got picked up and went to the pros and plays in Cincinnati. But that's one of our kids from Folsom. There's a few of them out there. We've got some Patriot kids that have played on the Patriots and the Bengals, of course. Jake Browning, Cincinnati, another Folsom kid, the former uh, championship quarterback from Washington. Excuse me, guys, my phone just decided to fall out of its cradle, and I need a new one. Need a recommendation for a desk cradle for my cell phone. This one apparently has decided it's not going to do it anymore. I'm tired of dropping my phone. There we go, back in action. Um, Yeah, Eric, right on. Yeah, Clemson beat Alabama. Yep, they did. So it happens, Alabama was not the team this year, that's for sure. Looking ahead, though, I can't wait for this weekend. The divisionals are happening, and in case you guys are wondering, and I know that some of you probably are Jags and Chiefs. That's going to happen Saturday at 1:30, and then the Giants and the Eagles. I don't know. Who do you guys think is going to win? I think Chiefs are going to take that one, and I don't know, man. I think the Eagles got to win. And then Sunday's game, Bengals at Bills, and that's going to be a tough game, really tough game. And then the Cowboys and Niners are going to be on in the afternoon at 3:30. So looking forward to all that and having a good time this weekend watching some games. Hopefully, you guys will be able to do the same and enjoy some of that football action that's going on because honestly, the games have been pretty good, man. If and listen, my mind was like, I'm done with the NFL. I was literally 2 years, 3 years. I did not watch a single game, not one. I was really irritated by what was going on there and decided to make a comeback and check it out. And it did. I think it's worth it. The competition is pretty incredible. Got a note here. Urgent bat phone message. You betcha. Got it covered, Dan. No problem. The competition in the football pro ranks now is so close. It really has become any given Sunday that anybody can beat anyone. And of course, Thursday, Sunday, Saturday, man, they pretty much got Monday, of course. There's I mean, I don't know if they're going to work it and try to get to the point where they got games all week long, but certainly I don't think they can compete with baseball on that level. I just don't see it happening ever like that. But anyway, the competition is more balanced, I think, now than it's ever been. So it's fun. Check it out. If you guys haven't been back for a while, give it a roll, see what you think, and we can talk about it again next week. I certainly want to do that next week. Incidentally, do our cover show, and Dan, I'll need to get that info so I can get our guy on board. I still haven't got my package of magazines. I'm waiting for those to show up over at Rogue Truck Body so I can share them with the guys over there, and of course keep my couple of copies that I need so I have the printed reference for my own viewing and reading pleasure. But I'd be glad to talk about stuff again next week after the playoffs this weekend, and we'll see what happened, and then get our cover trucker on next Wednesday's show as well, and maybe we'll get Dan if he's up to it and getting some time available that he can make an appearance as well. A couple of things I want to mention. We have a couple of sponsors that came on board last year. Old Shed Productions. Check them out at oldshedproductions.com. Their artwork that they create is everything that any of us, I think, would be so into and want to have something of theirs hanging on the wall. Very unique, old style, cool photographs, framed artwork that you can have in your studio, your office, your home, anywhere in the living room. I mean, some pretty incredible stuff. Go check them out and get yourself some of that. Let me know what you guys get. Um, I'm not sure why, but okay. Dan says, insert nuclear explosion image here. Okay. And Spectrum, metal finishing and detailing. Kevin Drinkwater up there in Canada, one of our marketing partners that we met and had at Truckin For Kids this last year, which I think was one of the two really cool things that happened at Truckin For Kids this last year. Was this all the polishing guys kind of had a get together and had some camaraderie and shared some stuff, and then of course all the racers got together, and these guys are thick as thieves now. They've been everywhere and doing everything. Because yeah, Dan, I should have figured that, because you are busy. I get it. But got to carve some time out for the stepchild of Studio 10-4 live over here, and come on in and show your smiling face. But make just a few minutes available, man. Love to see you on the show. Spectrum and Old Shed, thanks for being a part of what we do. And of course, PDI, thanks for jumping on board as a presenting sponsor, along with NTA for Truckin For Kids. And of course, our newest Team 10-4 marketing partner, NHRDA, that's the National Hot Rod Diesel Association, and the races that 10-4 Magazine is going to be sponsoring this year. Check them out. Go to their website. Check them out on Facebook. Let them know we sent you on over there. Now, one last thing, Truckin For Kids again. Guys, remember, I'm going to take you on over there right now. We'll do it one more time, because that's just how we roll here. Pre-registration is everything. Get pre-registered for Truckin For Kids. So in order to do that, again, when you're anywhere on the website, it doesn't matter. And you click TFK Truck Show, it'll take you to this page right here, and you're going to click pre-register, and it's going to bring you right to the registration page. There it is. It's live. It's up and running, and it's ready for you guys to get your tickets and get set up to be at Truckin For Kids 2023, April 29th and 30th. April 29th and 30th, Sunday is going to be happening. And Dan brings up a great point, and I'm going to share it with y'all right here. We anticipate a sellout show, so pre-registration is important. Hey, listen, last year we didn't do too dang bad, considering that the cards we were dealt and having to put on literally a one-day show. But there's no excuses out there now, folks. Any of y'all that said that you had any problem with anything, about one day, well, 2 days now. We promised, we delivered 2 days. Saturday and Sunday, April 29th and 30th. So I expect to see you there. All y'all. Can't wait. Going to be fun. And the racing this year, guys, the racing this year is going to be off the hook. This is going to be probably the best ever that has been part of Truckin For Kids, with the quality of racers we're going to have, the amount of racers we're going to have, and the way the whole thing is being run. We've got some big surprises for you guys on that, and hope to do a lot of streaming for you guys on Sunday as well from the races, as we found out last year how well we can do that and how well it works, and love to make that happen. Oh man, the infamous bonus bucket is back, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I'm sure this is just kind of the first of these sort of things that we're going to be talking about, and that's a great deal. The bonus bucket lives on, and it is back, and it keeps on giving. So first 200 that pre-register will get it, and honestly, first 200, that's a lot of trucks, but it's not a lot of trucks. I expect 400 trucks. I want to see that parking lot so full that they've never seen it that full before, with all y'all bringing your best of the best trucks, combos, bobtails, whatever you got. Bring it. Let's see what you got. And as far as the racing goes, pickup trucks, big rigs, both are welcome. They got room for you both in there. And like I said, Going back to brackets, not going to be heads up like last year, going back to brackets. So excited about it all. Guys, do me a big favor, and I really appreciate it if you haven't, but I wish you could or would, and that's share our stream, share our page, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Please let folks know that 10-4 is out there, and we do have some big plans to inject some new things into the show. I'm going to start working those things in real soon, and maybe as soon as next week. So uh, if you guys have any ideas, if you have some people that you'd like to see on the show, let me know who they are. Ask your friends, hey, who do you think would be good on Studio 10-4 Live? I would love to have that question answered. I have some ideas. Dan has some ideas. We've got some people that we think would be a good fit, and we'd like to get them in here and have a time with them to chat and get caught up on what they're doing in their worlds, especially some of the old cover truckers. We want to get you guys back on and see where you're at now and what you're doing. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, as you always do from wherever you're at. I'm here up in the Pacific Northwest and loving life. It's a good fit for me. I enjoy where I'm at. It's kind of a small town, very small town, kind of like the size of where I grew up, but a little bit bigger. We didn't have any stoplights, whereas we do here. So, it's a little bit different. Hey, David Cooper, nice to have you on the show. Listen, man, you know what? You know what's cool about this? If you're late, you don't get to have the live interaction with everybody as we're all chiming in and chatting. But, you can always do the playback and watch it anytime you want on YouTube or on Facebook, and get the view there from wherever you're at whenever you have the time to do it. So thanks for tuning in. To all my fellow Team 10-4 members, thanks for tuning in. Tim, Eric, Dan, Shan, Bubba, you're the honorary Team 10-4 member, buddy. You're definitely part of the family, man. Glad to always have you on board. And what are the odds, by the way, buddy? You and Chad Violet running into each other in Vegas, huh? What was that really? Just random, or did you guys have a little plan there, or what's the deal, man? I'm curious about that. That was good to see you guys. And you know what, Chad Violet, man, I'll tell you, buddy. He's filling some big shoes, but man, what an honor to be in his position and driving and taking over the way he has been asked to do. And congratulations, man. If we haven't said it before or already, congratulations to you, Chad. That's awesome. Yeah, Bubba, 100% random. That's good, man. That's all good. And Gene, I see, is in there. And yes, thanks. Good to be back on. The best lesson learned there is don't do updates when it's the day of the show and you need to go live. No telling what might happen. So be careful. Watch yourselves out there with stuff you just have no control over, and you got to rely on other people to do. Man, I'll tell you what. The workforce is diluted these days, and I think delusional is pretty much a script there as well. Some of the stuff that's still going on right now, I just can't believe how many people are not working, and it's not because they can't find a job. Just leave it at that. So best to y'all. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Great rest of your week. Keep the shiny side up. It's JT closing out the Studio 10-4 Live weekly update for another week here in January, man. We're burning through it and getting ready for mats, everybody. We'll talk to you guys. We'll see you soon. Take care.